りがとうございます。これ邪魔だな。よく。よいしょ。マジ行こうか。 돼. Чагарику. Коре. Я хумарись. been it? Like same as always. Like always giving it my all every day. Giving it my all every day. It's gotten really busy. It's gotten really busy at work. It's gotten really busy at work. It's gotten warm, right? It's gotten so warm all of a sudden, huh? It's gotten so warm all of a sudden, huh? It's gotten so cold all of a sudden, huh? What do you do for work? 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 So I'm doing English coaching. I'm doing English coach. I'm working as an English conversation coach. I'm working as English conversation coach. I'm running a YouTube channel where I introduce different way to learn, and running a YouTube channel where I introduce different way to learn. So running a YouTube channel where I introduce different way to learn. I also manage a learning community. I also manage a learning community. It's still working as the same company. Yeah. Do you have fun for work? Are you having fun at work? Are you having fun? Are you having fun at work? Or it's alright. It's alright. Yes. Have fun. Having blast. So, thank you for always being such a great teammate. Thank you for always being such a great teammate. So, どんな仕事してるの? What kind of work do you do? 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 What kind of work do you do? So actually do three main things. One of them is English conversation coaching. One of them is English conversation coaching, and you might wonder, so how do you teach English if you're not native speaker? You might wonder, how do you teach English if you're not a native speaker? You might wonder, how do you teach English if you're not a native speaker? You might wonder, how do you teach English if you're not a native speaker? So it's not like I'm a teacher. It's not like I'm a teacher. It's not like I'm an English teacher, like a school or anything. Like my role is more about teaching how to learn English effectively. My role is more about teaching people how to learn English effectively. So yeah, next. But it's not like I'm an English teacher or language school or anything. And my role is about teaching people how to learn English effectively, and as with anything. As with anything. Yeah, as with anything. Okay, as with anything. Then you want to mix as with anything. When you're looking on your own, when you're learning on your own, it's easy to lose motivation give up. And as with anything, if you're and as with anything, if you're learning on your own, and it's easy to lose motivation and give up. So I help the students stay on track by managing their learning ability and like keeping them motivated. So I help students stay on track by managing their learning every day. So I help the students stay on track by managing their learning every day and keeping them motivated. Yeah. So I'd say I'm more a partner than a teacher. I'd say I'm more of a partner than a teacher. And as with anything, when you learn English on your own, it's easy to learn. So and with as with 自分なくなりそうだよ。Oh my gosh. Damn. And as with anything, if you learn, and as with anything, when you're learning on your own, it's easy to lose motivation and give up. So I help students stay on track by managing their learning ability and keeping them motivated. So I'd say I'm more of a partner than a teacher. I'd say I'm more of a partner than a teacher. I'd say I'm more of a like partner than a teacher. More like a guide who helps them move in the right direction. And my second job is running a learning community, and it's kind of like club and people who are learning English or anything new tend to struggle when they study alone. Like people are learning English or anything new tend to struggle when they study alone. So no one's watching and they can slack off, and easy to give up. You know, easy to give up. Yes, slack off. No one's watching and they can slack off. What do you mean? What I mean? Friendship. Mm, yes. And you probably feel the same. And you probably feel the same. And but and you probably feel the same. But as a full-time worker, we're super busy. But as a full-time worker, we're super busy. And by the time we get home, and we just like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. So I created a community where we wake up at 5 a.m. and study English together. And that's what I'm, that's what I'm running now. It's called a Scouts community. I also do YouTube, and I tell that like how I study, how I learn English. It's kind of like that. and on YouTube we share the self-study method. On YouTube I share the self-study method for learning English. I've never studied abroad. I learned English through a self-study over about 3 years. 3 years, and most English learning YouTubers have studied abroad or like have studied abroad or like grew up speaking English. Yeah. You know, but I barely grew up speaking English or grew up what? Oh, okay. Returning, yeah. Yeah, returning. So, but I barely went it. But I barely went abroad and still learned it, and so I shared my method. So, but I barely went abroad and I still learned it. So I share my method. I was basically a nerd. I was basically a nerd, just sitting at home all the time. I was basically a nerd and just sitting at home all the time, you know. And every time, every now and then, I'll also found blogs like this. Every now and then, I also found blogs like this. Seeing me like actually speaking English can be motivating, right? Seeing me actually speaking English, seeing me actually speaking English can be motivating, right? So like, hey, you can get pretty good without going abroad. So basically, my coaching and my morning study community and my YouTube style, and I started them all because I wished someone something like this existed when I was a beginner. I wished something like this existed like when I was a beginner. So everything comes from this idea. So if I were my past self, I'd totally pay for this. I totally want this, you know. I don't know how it is, how it is now. But English classes in typical Japanese elementary and middle school and high school and universities are pretty bad. So they focus on like getting good score on paper tests and like preparing for entrance exams. The problem is like those tests and exam studies are not aimed at helping students become able to speak English. Instead, they focus on how much complex grammar you can memorize or how many difficult words you can learn. So even though I studied English in school for 12 years, from elementary to high school, I couldn't speak it. It's not it's not just me. It's not just me. Most Japanese people can't speak English. This is actually a serious issue. Don't you think it's serious problem? Don't you think it's serious problem? The national education system hardly changes, and so I decided to start my own English learning methods. I decided to start my own. So I was basically nerd and just studying at home all the time. And every now and then I also feel bored like this. And seeing me actually speaking English can be motivating, right? Like, hey, you can get pretty good and without going to the abroad. So basically, my coaching, my morning study community, and my YouTube. So I studied them all because I wish something like this existed when I was a beginner. So everything came from this idea. If I were my past self, I totally pay for this. I totally watch this. So I don't know like how it is, but English classes in typical Japanese elementary, middle, high school, and universities are pretty diverse. Yeah, they focuses they focuses on like getting good score on paper tests and preparing for entrance exam. And the problem is those tests and exam studies are not aimed at like helping students become able to speak English. Instead, they focus on like how much complex grammar you can memorize or how many difficult words you can learn. So even though I studied English in school for 12 years from elementary to high school, I couldn't speak it. It's not just me. Most people can't. Most Japanese people can't speak English. This is actually still a issue, but the national education system hardly changes. So I decided to start my own English learning method and split it. So I decided to start my own English learning method and spread it myself by starting a business. It's often said that like changing other people is hard. It's often that changing other people is hard, but changing yourself is easy. Changing yourself is easy. So instead of like so instead of like complaining about the things that won't change, I decided to take action myself first. So I decided to like take action myself first. Doesn't make sense, does it? Like my student and I play practice online for just 3 months, and we can already speak at decent level. So this business was basically born out of the frustration. Born out of the frustration. What's your career background like? Is it related to English? What's your career background like? Kind of work do you want to do in the future? Kind of work do you want to do in the future? I honestly love all the work I do. I honestly love all the work I do, so I just want to keep going with it. I honestly love all the work so I do. I just want to keep going with it. I also want to like create my English textbook. I also want to create my own English textbook. So what's your current goal? What's your current goal? My current goal is to reach 1 million subscribers in YouTube by 2027. My current goal is to reach 1 million subscribers on YouTube by 2027. Why do I want to why do you discover? Why do you want to why do you want to hit 1 million subscribers in YouTube? There are two reasons. So first, there are two reasons. First, first I want to like achieve a goal actually care about and boost my sense of like efficacy even more. I also want to show my audience my journey of like building self efficacy, so they can see like my maybe I can change to. So back in college, I wanted to like hit 1 million subscribers as proof for like being a real YouTuber. So, but I convinced myself there's no way I can do that. But I convinced myself like there's no way I can do that, and I gave up. And I give up. I didn't have enough confidence in myself over like self efficacy, efficacy. Until my first year of college, I was a dreamer, with so many things I wanted to do, but I had spent my life giving up on a lot of them. But after that, I started learning English from there and become fluent. Yeah, fluent. No, 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 no. Proficient. Yeah. Become proficient. Proficient, like scored 920 on TOEIC and succeeded in starting my new business. And I kept reaching my goals step by step. I started thinking maybe I can achieve like anything if I really go for it, you know? That's why I want to like achieve the goal. Once I gave up on reaching 1 million YouTube subscribers, it's a long way. It's a long way off right now, but I know I'll get there. I'll get there. Yeah. The second reason is really simple. So I've been watching YouTube since I went to school and I grew up with it. So I love both watching and creating content on YouTube. Yeah. Are there are there any must-have when choosing a job? I think the most important thing for me is whether it excites me. I think the most important thing for me is whether it excites me. So, the being a YouTuber is the best. Being a YouTuber is the best. So I can't stop feeling excited. There's nothing but possibilities. Possibilities, yeah. If I'm being honest, if I focus on more on business instead of YouTube, I could probably make more money, have more free time, and make my life easier. But that just didn't excite me. That just didn't excite me. I openly declare my clear goal of reaching 1 million subscribers, and every time I do, people let me think, "What's up with this crazy guy?" But it sounds fun, and then become part of the journey. I absolutely love the feeling of like everyone sharing a common goal and working towards something together. That's why I love what to do. That's why I love what to do. Yeah. はいはい。一旦休憩としましょう。お疲れ様です。よいしょ。寒。たくみさん、ラウンジですか、そこは。あ、やばい。イヤホンつけちゃって、これ。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。今ちょっと聞けなくて、ラウンジでしたか、そこ。
いや、なんか、ロビーで。
子
供たちと来てて、部屋が狭いんで。
なるほど、なるほど。
ちょっとごめんなさい、先に今日切っちゃいますね。すいません、ちょっとスマホで確認したいことがあり。あ、でもいいか。ちょっと待って、このまま見ればいいのか。はいはいはいはいはい。So what's your type? I like the people who have the confidence and are energetic. Of course, I don't lie, so I first look at whether I like her face or style. But after that, try to get to know the person better. Try to get to know her personality, and it might sound like I don't answer, but I've been still years. 最悪。Okay, see. So, it might sound like I don't answer, but to being serious. 너무 길죠. It might sound like I don't answer, but to being serious. His it's a person like he still has great sense of fashion and looks amazing, but after about 3 months I would definitely get bored. So I don't want to say that the looks are the most important thing. I don't think so. And yeah, I don't think so. And so sometimes I meet someone who's really cute but extremely insecure and labeled as self-centered. And lots of people judge others just by looks, so they might think I want to be with them. So when they see someone, but I don't go the, but I don't go that far. So well, more than that, most of those beautiful women aren't interested in me at first place. So well, let's just forget about that now. Let's just forget about that now. So anyway, I think showing the same sense of humor is really important when if my girlfriend spent the whole day laughing at that she stared like a SpongeBob, you might find it cute, but our sense of humor is simply just different, you know. It's just different. It's not that it's bad thing. So I simply feel that we're different. If a little mismatch kept happening on date, it'll be pretty bad. So the like looks doesn't looks are matter, but the personality is even more important. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, I think that's something you really need to pay attention. I think that's something. I think that's something you really need to pay attention. Yeah. I think that's something you really need to pay attention when dating someone. Yeah, I think being mature as a person is really important. Well, I'm not really in the position to say that myself. And of course, since I'm Japanese, so I like the, I especially like Asian looks. I especially like Asian looks. So Yeah, I prefer a cute face. I prefer a cute face over a beautiful one. I prefer a cute face over a beautiful one. Yeah, so someone with bangs and gives off a protective, like killing vibe. Race doesn't really matter, but if I were to date someone, I prefer like people who can who speaks English. You know, if I date with like people like because if I'm dating someone particularly sense because if I'm dating someone particularly sense among Japanese people, there are times when I say comes across and with a nuance I didn't intend. So I always have to be careful with my words. So I always have to be careful with my words, since yeah, the speaking English feels so much easier. But speaking English feels so much easier. Of course, it's not my mother tongue, so sometimes it's hard to express my own feeling. But I don't get much more vocabulary to think. No, no, no. But I don't even have the vocabulary to overthink my word choices. So I can just tell what I feel more straightforwardly. So I can just tell what I feel more straightforwardly. Yeah, of course I consider the other person's feelings. So do you believe in love at first? Yeah, I believe in it, but I haven't experienced it myself yet. So I don't watch others just by the looks. I don't judge others just by the looks. So yeah, of course I'm a guy. So if I see a really cute girl, I will like damn. So I do find good looking girls attractive, but looks but personality is I don't think it. But in the end, I think the person's character matters way more. Detective said like it Singing over and over and over. She has she's scared of communication. So, so I still consider other person's feeling. Yeah, I believe in it, but I haven't experienced it myself yet. So I try not to judge people just by their looks. So of course I'm a guy, so if I see a super cute girl in the street, I'll be like, damn. I do find good-looking girls attractive, but in the end, I think the person's characters matters way more. Back when I was a student working part time, so there was a disco worker. At first, I thought she seemed kind of nerdy, but as I got to know her, so I realized she was an amazing person, kind of funny. And at first, I only saw her as a coworker. For some reason, I just started liking her. Nothing ever happened in the end. But nothing ever happened in the end. What's dating like in America? Maybe the image that most of Japanese people have is that is maybe the image that many Japanese people have is that American women are strong, straightforward, and strong-minded, and pretty open myself, but that's just an image. It depends on the person. There are plenty of introvert girls and someone who are like kind of nerdy and needy and like cringy, and there is some like who have no interest in yes, who have no interest in and even some who have no interest in and yeah, exactly, it's the same in Japan too. Like the image of like the image of like Japanese girl from foreign perspective is the image of Japanese girl from foreign perspective is often that they're shy or timid, you know. On the positive side, they're like kind and polite, but of course they're like complete opposite. But of course there are plenty of girls who are like complete opposite. So yeah, but to be fair, there are really a lot of shy girls. So whenever I watch American TV shows, there are times when there are times like there are five five house party or like barbecue per season. So that might be why I end up with a weird image of what it's actually like. All of it, what it's actually like, you know. What is the hardest part of being in a relationship? What do you think the hardest part in? What do you think is the hardest part of? What do you think is the hardest part of being in a relationship? I think the hardest part is getting so close that you can't help that. I think the hardest part is getting so close that you can't help but notice the things you don't like about them. And notice the things you don't like about them. You know, for example, Will and I are buddies, and we keep a certain, and we meet up regularly, but we still keep a certain distance, right? Let's say the person I like, no, for example, we spend too much time or like lived under the same roof, we never really start noticing each other's flaws or like that are hurt flaws of each other's flaws or things that are hard to accept. You know, in the end, the hardest part of a relationship is having to accept the negatives. In the end, the hardest part of a relationship is having to accept the negatives. Well, not just in a romance, this applies to all human relationships. Do you want a girlfriend? Do I want a boyfriend? No. If I meet the right person, of course I don't want to be in a relationship. But in general, I don't really need one. I feel like I want one maybe 3 times a year, like before Christmas. I'm pretty clumsy. When I focus on something, I tend to lose the sight of everything else. Now that right now that's YouTube and my English coaching work. So even if I had a girlfriend, so I feel like I wouldn't be able to give the relationship my full attention. So I've had a few relationships that didn't work out because of that. So I basically don't need one. Sulfur for that. So I basically don't feel the need for one. Well, do you pay for the go when you go on date? In Japan, this point where debate comes up all the time. Like, are you the type to pay for the date or split the bill? I usually pay, but not always. If it's just a friend, I wouldn't. But in Japan, so I think there's more of a tendency to believe that men should pay for women on dates. So how is it in US? If you're the one who invites someone, it makes sense to pay for it. So you're the one taking up their time, you know. Since you're the one taking up their time, and since you're the one taking up their time, so Have you ever dated a Japanese girl? Have you ever dated a Japanese girl? And how do you think the Japanese personality compared to Americans? Kind of trait do you think are the common among Japanese people? You don't seem like the type to cheat alone. So if you had a girlfriend, I feel like you'd be super loyal and love her wholeheartedly. You know, I can tell you're silly and sincere person just from our everyday conversation. What's your idea first? Like, let me see. I'd go with a classic, but I ask them for dinner first, and if I suggest like trip or calling right now, and the conversation doesn't click, it will be total nightmare. So at first I ask them out for dinner and try to get to know the person better. You know, I start with a dinner and try to get to know the person better. I don't think I invite someone like I ask them out for like drink right away. I don't want them to think that I'm only after one thing. Yeah. So what kind of sign do you give her? Like when you like someone? When do you get when you like someone? Yeah. So it might actually come off as distant. It might actually come off as distant. So when it comes to someone like I get nervous and can't easily say things like I like you or you cute. I know it might sound saying my age, but still, but I don't really do anything that obviously shows I like someone. But I don't really do anything that obviously shows I like someone. I don't go for body contact or say it straight out. I don't go for body contact or say it straight out. So this one. Damn, okay. I don't go for body. I don't go for body contact. I would say straight out. Do you want to get married? I can't really say it. I can't. I don't think I can really. I don't think I can really say it. I can really say it. So there are too many things I want to do every. There are too many things I want to do every day. So I feel like even if I got married now, it wouldn't go well. So yeah, though I guess I should probably get a girlfriend before saying the song like this. You know, there we go. Finished. はい。というわけで、今日はちょっと早めに終わるかなと思います。めちゃくちゃ変なあれで失礼しました。実家からお届けしました。さようなら。